Every 4 years, the world stops. Billions of people watch. Governments spend fortunes, brands pay hundreds of millions. But have you ever wondered who actually makes all the money? This isn't just football. It's one of the biggest businesses on earth. Today, the FIFA World Cup is watched by billions. Cities come to a standstill. Airports overflow. Entire nations unite behind 11 players. But none of this was guaranteed. In fact, there was a time when the World Cup didn't even exist. Back in the early 1900s, international football was growing rapidly. The Olympics featured football. But there was one problem. The world's biggest sport didn't have its own global tournament. One man believed that had to change. His name was Jules Rimet. While many saw football as just another game, Rimet saw something much bigger. He believed football could unite countries, create unforgettable moments, and become a language understood by the entire world. It was an ambitious dream. Some called it impossible. The world was facing political tensions. Long-distance travel was expensive, and convincing national teams to travel across oceans was almost unimaginable. Yet, in 1930, against all odds, the first FIFA World Cup kicked off in Uruguay. Only 13 nations took part. There were no billion-dollar sponsorships, no television cameras, no sold-out global fan zones, just players, a ball, and an idea that would change sport forever. Few people realized it at the time, but that tournament wasn't just creating history. It was creating a business, because every match attracted more attention, every tournament attracted more countries, and every new fan created another opportunity to make money. What started as a sporting competition slowly became one of the most valuable events on Earth. As television spread across the world, everything changed. Suddenly, millions of people could watch from their living rooms. Then millions became hundreds of millions, and eventually, billions. Football was no longer just played inside stadiums. It had entered every home, every country, and every screen. With every new viewer, the value of the World Cup exploded. Broadcasters wanted the rights. Brands wanted their logos on the pitch. Governments wanted to host it. And FIFA realized they weren't simply organizing a football tournament anymore. They were controlling one of the most powerful entertainment products ever created. But television was only the beginning. Because once companies realized billions of people were watching, a global bidding war began. And that's when the real money started to flow. Imagine spending $20 billion on a single sporting event. No guarantee you'll make it back. No guarantee you'll even break even. Yet country after country keeps volunteering. Why? Because hosting the FIFA World Cup isn't just about football. It's about influence, prestige, power, and for 1 month, becoming the center of the world. Every 4 years, nations compete in a battle that most fans never see. Not on the pitch, but behind closed doors. Governments hire consultants, design futuristic stadiums, promise new airports, new railways, new hotels. Entire cities are transformed just for the chance to hear one sentence. You have won the right to host the FIFA World Cup. But winning that announcement is only the beginning. Hosting a World Cup is one of the largest investments a country can make. New stadiums, transport systems, airports, hotels, security, technology. The costs quickly climb into the billions. Some tournaments have required over $10 billion in infrastructure, others much more. Supporters argue these investments leave a lasting legacy. Better transport, modern cities, tourism, global recognition. But critics ask a different question. What happens after the fans go home? Several World Cup stadiums now sit almost empty. Massive arenas, built for a few unforgettable matches, then rarely used again. Some have become symbols of national pride. Others, symbols of wasted money. So why do countries keep bidding? Because the biggest reward isn't ticket sales, it's attention. For 1 month, billions of people see your country, your skyline, your culture, your landmarks. Your tourism industry receives the greatest advertisement money can buy. And that kind of exposure is almost impossible to measure. Businesses open, hotels fill, restaurants become fully booked. Airlines add extra flights. Local economies experience a huge surge in visitors. For many countries, the World Cup becomes an opportunity to reshape how the world sees them. But while countries spend billions preparing, there's one organization that risks very little: FIFA. Because regardless of where the tournament is played, the organization earns money long before the first whistle. Host nations pay, sponsors pay, broadcasters pay, fans pay, and FIFA collects. It's a business model, unlike almost anything else in sport. The host carries much of the financial burden, while FIFA controls one of the most valuable sporting products ever created. And that's where the biggest money begins. Because if hosting the tournament costs billions, broadcasting it generates even more. When most people watch the World Cup, they see football. 90 minutes, goals, celebrations, heartbreak. But behind every pass, every tackle, every trophy lift, there's something far bigger. Money, lots of it. Because while teams compete for football's greatest prize, some of the world's biggest companies are competing for something even more valuable: your attention, and that attention is worth billions. The World Cup isn't just one tournament. It's one of the largest television events in human history. Billions of viewers tune in from almost every country on Earth. For 1 month, the World Cup dominates television, social media, YouTube, news headlines, and conversations across the globe. That kind of audience is incredibly rare. And when billions of people are watching, broadcasters are willing to pay almost anything. Television networks spend enormous amounts of money just to secure the rights to show the matches, because they know millions of viewers mean millions in advertising revenue. Every commercial break, every sponsorship, every broadcast generates more money. Before a single ball is even kicked, FIFA has already secured billions through media rights alone. But television is only one piece of the puzzle. The world's biggest brands all want one thing: to be associated with the World Cup. Think about it. If you could place your logo in front of billions of people, would you? That's exactly why companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars to become official FIFA partners. Not because they're buying advertising, they're buying trust. Every time fans see the World Cup, they also see the brand standing beside it. Those companies aren't just sponsoring football. They're buying a place in one of the world's biggest cultural moments. For them, it's an investment. For FIFA, it's another enormous source of income. And then there are the fans. Millions travel across continents, hotels fill, flights sell out, restaurants stay busy from morning until midnight. Inside the stadiums, supporters buy shirts, scarves, food, souvenirs, everything. Every purchase fuels an economy built around football. The World Cup isn't just played on the pitch. It's played in shops, airports, hotels, and online stores around the world. Football may be the product, but the experience is the business. At the end of every World Cup, only one nation lifts the trophy. But financially, the biggest winner is almost always FIFA. Because whether your team wins or loses, the business keeps growing. Every tournament becomes larger than the last. More viewers, more sponsors, more broadcasting deals, more revenue. And that's exactly why the World Cup has become far more than a football competition. It's one of the most profitable sporting events ever created. But despite all the billions, the World Cup has another side, one filled with controversy, politics, and questions that continue to divide football fans around the world. When the final whistle blows, the fireworks fade, the trophy is lifted, the champions celebrate. But for the host nation, the real story is only just beginning. Because once the fans leave, the bills remain. Hosting the FIFA World Cup is often described as an honor, but it's also a gamble. Many stadiums are built specifically for the tournament. State-of-the-art, architectural masterpieces designed to impress the world. But after the tournament ends, some of those stadiums struggle to find purpose. Crowds disappear, maintenance costs continue, and buildings once filled with hundreds of thousands of fans stand almost empty. Economists even have a name for them: white elephants, massive projects, built for a single moment, but costing millions for years afterward. The World Cup isn't just about football anymore. It's diplomacy, politics, national image. Every country wants to tell a story. Some want to attract tourists, others want foreign investment. Some simply want to prove they belong on the world stage. For 1 month, football becomes far more than a game. It becomes global influence. And that's exactly why hosting rights are among the most competitive prizes in sport. Despite the enormous costs, despite the controversy, the FIFA World Cup remains unlike anything else on Earth. No other sporting event brings together so many countries, so many cultures, or so many people. For a few unforgettable weeks, politics disappear. Languages don't matter. Borders feel smaller, and billions of strangers celebrate the same game. That emotional connection is something money alone can never buy. Yet, it's exactly that emotion that has helped create one of the most valuable sporting businesses in history. The World Cup isn't just built on goals, it's built on stories, dreams, heroes, heartbreak, and behind every unforgettable moment lies a business worth billions. It's proof that the world's greatest products don't just entertain people, they create memories, and memories are priceless. If you enjoyed uncovering the business behind the world's biggest sporting event, subscribe to The Profit Files, because every week we'll reveal the hidden strategies, the untold stories, and the billion-dollar secrets behind the world's biggest brands.